Hey guys, Troy here. I uploaded recently a video of how I approach the basic worship style guitar tone and went through delays and reverbs and overdrives and stuff like that. This video is going to be about the pieces that I add after that. So once I have the foundation set, what pieces do I like to have at my disposal to have real-time adjustability over the parameters, to add some flavor during maybe spontaneous times, or if I've written a part to a song that didn't have one before, or just asked to be kind of creative in a certain part. So I'll run through the effects that I add and hopefully you can get something out of it.
All right, so the first piece that I add to my board after taking care of delays and reverbs, a good amount of the modulation effects I like to use, those are all inside the Kemper. And then I add these 3 overdrive pedals. I switch them out sometimes, but the first piece I add is a compressor. I choose the Walrus Audio Deep 6 because it has a blend knob. I think it's a great feature. There's a lot of compressors out there that do. That's just the one that I have. I played the Exotic SP before too, and that's great, just as good. I just ended up with this guy here. So I like to use it to squash the signal pretty good. I run a pretty heavy compression when I do use compression. So without the compressor, it sounds like this. With it. Adds a good amount of sustain. Here's without again. With. Alright, so the next piece I add, we'll skip over to the Julia. I like to use that for vibrato chorus effect sparingly. I use it maybe during a spontaneous time, prayers, when maybe there's not a part written for a song and I've written something there, I might stack it on there, or if obviously the part calls for it. So here's no Julia. Here's with Julia. Alright, so the next piece I'll add is the Pog. The first way I use it, it adds like this kind of pingy, high octave sound. So again, that's used sparingly. It's not anything that I overuse, but for example, the part that I wrote for O Come All Ye Faithful this year was Julia and Pog together, and it sounded something like this. The second way I use it is just to thicken things up if I'm doing a lead line or something. So let's turn on some drive here. Alright, the last piece I add is the Strymon Flint, and I use that mainly for like an on-demand reverb. So if I need more reverb on a part, want to wash things out, or come up with a part on the fly that I want to have washed out a little bit more than my current setting allows, then I just use my foot to control the mix here. And then this piece here is just a faster trem. I can also control the speed with my foot. A part that I can think of where I use the on-demand reverb, aside from adding in swells and things like that, where maybe they weren't, I didn't have it programmed in my performance, or I didn't want a swell that's as intense as the one that I use in the performances. A part that I can think of is the second verse in Death Was Arrested. There's a little part, the lick is this. So on that part, I turn on a little bit more reverb. And then I kick it off when the chorus starts. So you can hear it decaying longer there. And then the trem is just this. So I can use that to swell maybe. All right, so there's the pieces of the board that aren't Kemper. Basically, what I like to add, maybe to add some little flavor here and there, or what I like to keep outside the Kemper so I can have real-time adjustability of some of the parameters of the effects, because I like to turn things with my feet. Hope that gives you an idea to how I'm using things, and if you can incorporate it into your setup, great.